Right? What you thinking?
So for me, it's kind of a middle ground for me, because when you think of what AI can do and the possibilities that AI will be able to do, it's going to make life a lot easier for us, hands down. Now, to his point, it will affect the a lot of white collar jobs 100%. But I think what scares me about AI is, have you guys saw those videos? It'll look like uh Chris Brown and Batman fighting or whatever. Like, it's just like weird stuff that the AI is able to do, and if in the wrong hands, AI can be terrible. So
For
that
sure.
so I'm on the fence, because I believe that there are a lot of great things that AI is going to be able to do, and in the wrong hands, AI can be horrible. So
For sure. For sure. I'm on the controversial side that AI is 100% good. Now, I'm always have some crazy ass takes, but I was having a conversation with my father, and I was like, think of a world where kids with disabilities who are on the spectrum of autism, they get a tool that can kind of help them with their development, no matter how far along the spectrum they are. So that's one thing, right? Think about people who are literally paralyzed from the waist down that may need help with different things. AI can step in and fill that gap for them. All of us that got all our eyes, limbs, and everything, and we could do everything that God wanted us to do. I mean, it seems like it's going to help us less. But even just the simple fact that I can sit here and say, "Hey, yo, AI, I need some toilet paper," it'll do that. But then also as a gamer, think about this for a second. Think about a world where Grand Theft Auto, for once, just don't have NPCs. You run it down the street, and this guy sees you, and now he can almost start breaking the second or third the wall, because now he can think for himself. He don't know he in the game per se, but now he's thinking like AI. That gaming experience is vastly different. You can almost see it on playing like NCAA 2025 now. Like, you can't even throw the ball and they instantly know what to do. Just like they're thinking for themselves. It's a huge difference from when we were kids playing video games to the way it's going to be going forward. And then for me, last but not least, if you look at all of the apps that's going to come out, it's going to help you on your everyday path to being productive.
right.
You can wake up and AI can automatically say, "Hey, I noticed you ate 2,000 calories over your weight budget. I think you're going to be gaining weight. This is what we're going to do to fix it." So most people, if you talk to a fitness director, obviously they'll tell you it's a shame that you need that. But then at the same time, for a person that's really struggling with their weight, it's nice to have that person or that thing in your ear to say, "Hey, eat this, do this." And next thing you know, you're living a healthier life. So that's me amongst a lot of other things that's going on that you could do with AI. I do see the bad. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to say all things are great, but I think overwhelmingly the things that you're going to be able to do with AI is going to make human life better. And I feel like the jobs that it's going to take away, it's just going to create more jobs, because you got to be able to create that prompt, right? You got to be able to make sure the AI is doing what it's supposed to do. And so that's just going to create a whole different other market. That's me. What y'all think about that? I know I could go on a rant, but I
Um,
can't prepare.
I do think a lot of stuff you're saying is valid. If it's going to make life easier for those people who have disabilities or not able to do certain things, 100%. But I'm just like I said, I'm on the fence. I saw um this lady. She said she got a phone call that sounded like her daughter, and they
Oh
said
yeah, yeah.
this money, you know, they gonna do this, and that scares me. Like, that part of it scares me. Like the helpful parts, I'm with all of that, but the fact that stuff like that can happen, that's what scares me more than anything.
I got you.
So to be the villain in this situation, right? As much as I love AI, are we saying we're relinquishing our common sense over the computers?
Basically,
Mm,
basically.
no,
Are we
I'm not.
are we fully relinquishing the ability to control our life over to computers
I'm not saying that. But if you're going
in,
to
in an
try to change,
algorithm that can pretty much altered to do you what the fuck you want, what it wants you to do, basically.
Right.
If you're going to change the narrative like that, think about it like this for a second, right? Back in the day, before the Cadillac converter was created, they just had horses. And everybody was happy with their horses. And then a gentleman came up, created a car, and the government outruled it. They said, absolutely not. We do not want these things. We don't want them to kill anybody. It's dangerous. Now, look at all these years later, and it's normalized. You can't imagine yourself going to work on a horse. So imagine if people had that thought process or that fear that maybe I shouldn't go from a horse to a car, or maybe I shouldn't go from a non-AI specific life to having AI embedded into the very fabric of life. Because think about it, you could create technology for those who have health issues, and the moment a person's heart stops, you'll be able to send all that data, everything that the hospital is needed. Before you get there, they're ready to go and operate on you. So I'm looking at, if I had to take saving a life versus destroying a life, which one is going to happen more?
I don't know.
So as somebody that has my chart on their phone and has a medical record, and at that age to why I go see the doctor and have a personal physician, those are things that you have in life as you get older, bro. If you have to have something tell you to do it, it will be that spectrum of who can survive without. Because all it's
for sure.
Once you become dependent on it, if they take it away the same way, you seen what just happened with TikTok. They took it away and people almost lost their mind. They almost didn't know how they were going to survive from that point on. If they can do that with something as simple as a switch with AI.
Right.
Now, once you have your whole day in life depending on this situation, it's like the evolution from people not writing things down into having notepads.
Right.
From not having notepads until we could just talk to our phone and it puts the notes in there. Right. There are generations of people that if these phones were to go down would not know how to pick up a notepad.
That's real.
We know that. We're the generation of people that I do, but there are some guys who don't know how to change a tire. You're always going to have those people every single time. But this is what happens. But for the smart and the educated, you're pushing our productivity a lot farther. Right. I know AI definitely helped me when it came to the production of this whole podcast that I put together. For example, the voice that you hear at the intro is in fact AI. It sounds like a real man, but it's AI. There are certain elements where you may see like a video buffer that may pop up, and I'll play it eventually. It was just a cartoon guy. He was a picture, but now AI was able to allow him to move. Maz, I kid you not, when we first started Black NASDAQ podcast, I want to say 3-4 years ago, that technology wasn't readily available like that. For me to have everything that I have now in terms of the production, literally would cost me thousands and thousands of dollars and would set me back before I could even get to this point to have the type of production that we're having right now. So for me, I would ask you guys, you're the president, the world comes to you and say yes or no to AI, and there is no gray areas. Which way are y'all going? Yes or no?
I'm going no.
Okay.
There ain't nothing like manpower to me. The ability for me to be able to do it, and I feel like AI just make us so lazy. I'll use an example. I don't know if you guys are into like Disney movies, but if you guys ever seen the movie WALL-E, and how once we left Earth, we became so lazy and so reliant on AI that they became fat and they didn't even know how to, all they knew how to do was eat. They knew how to do nothing on their own. And that's what scares me. That we're going to go get to a point where we're just going to be like, AI or whoever our AI, Sarah, what is this? You know what I mean? You know how often, and I grew up in the era where like, if we needed to go somewhere, we got MapQuest or we had the big maps, and that's how we learned how to do stuff. But like, God forbid these kids now, or God forbid what the future holds, if this shit go left, a lot of people not gonna be able to survive. So I say no.
Okay. Maj, you got yes or no? Where you at?
In all honesty, bro, I've watched the Animatrix. I grew up on the Animatrix, the animation. And to put a decision on human lives over into computer's hands, I couldn't do it.
No.
It'd be a big no for me, bro. I got to make that decision myself and ride with it.
Okay. Well, y'all know I'm going yes, 100% yes. If y'all see this, comment below. How do you think they world look versus how do you think my world looks? Like I did pull this clip up of one of the smartest men that exists right now, and let's just see what he say for an example. He might agree with y'all, he might not, but let's patch him in. Let's see what he say.
AI is far more dangerous than nukes. I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot. And nobody would suggest that we allow anyone to just build nuclear warheads if they want. Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous.
So obviously that's one of the smartest men in the world we got right now, Elon Musk. And Elon Musk himself is saying he thinks that it's bad. Me, I don't feel that way, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so we finna get ready to move on to our next topic, which I call this topic. What do I call this topic? I'm losing my spot. Unpopular opinion. So what unpopular opinion is, everybody from the cast gets to pick something that seems very controversial that not a lot of people may agree with. This is our time to go viral with just our take. So you guys ready? Let's do it. All right. Unpopular opinion. Ray, you want to start with yours?
I'll start with this, right? And I'll take a book out of Orlando Brown.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't pay for any food. We should not have to pay for food at all in general. Unless somebody else cooks it for us, we should not have to pay for it.
I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think that'd be a popular opinion. I think people will rock with that 100%. 100%. But what made you come to this conclusion?
I feel that way because, like he said, a lot of this stuff comes from the earth. Like, the only thing that person did was they went and grabbed it and then cooked it and then charged you for it. Or they went and picked it and put it in a container with their name on it. They didn't create it. They probably weren't even people who grew it. So
I actually agree with it. There's nothing that I can say. Mas, what you got? I got
Imagine what happened. Imagine what happens when we turn that responsibility over to AI.
Damn.
First off, hold up. What we not gonna do? I'm not saying we're gonna give everything to AI. Listen, pay attention. We're not giving every aspect of the human life to AI. But all I'm saying is it would be nice for AI to give us better video games. It would be nice to help autistic people with, their development. It would be nice for those who even have any type of learning disability to be able to learn at a pace which AI can teach them. They can learn 24/7. At some point, the human element of of the people that have these ailments, basically what ends up happening is patience come in. AI got nothing but patience. AI can teach your child how to read. AI can help a person learn a new they can learn anything basically. So I ain't gonna say that, but you keep attacking my AI. But I'm guessing you agreeing with him. Miles, what's your unpopular opinion?
Goku's storyline is trash.
Oh.
All his side characters got better storylines.
In the sense of what?
In the sense of his is just straight journey to the West. I gotta get stronger, fight the next person.
You are on this lily pad by yourself. I'm gonna need you to give me why you think he has a terrible storyline.
Bro, they had to revert him back to being a child to even get people back interested into what he was doing. All he does is fight, get beat up, gotta go get stronger, come back at the end to save some ass. He's like he's like what's his name from Peaky Blinders.
I ain't seen Peaky Blinders, so you gonna miss me with that. I ain't seen
for those that have seen Peaky Blinders, know the brother is like, all right, he's the top dog. Everybody know he's the top dog, but for some odd reason, he don't get. It's almost like plot armor. He doesn't come through until he needs to come through. After he done powered up for 6 episodes.
I ain't gonna lie to you. What you're saying is a bunch of bullshit. We all know that Goku is probably, if not he's the greatest anime character to ever live, and he deserves
overhyped like Mickey Mouse.
No. Now we got a conversation because now I want all smoke. You're talking about an anime that came out in the 80s that gave little black boys and little black girls something other than what society gave us. Then it gave us Toonami. Dragon Ball Z was the intro to Toonami, to Toonami Time, to Inuyasha, to Yu Yu Hakusho. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball Z, this podcast would not exist. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball Z, Wukong would not even be as popular as it was, because for us to actually know about that game and the lore of it, we play it because of Dragon Ball Z and Goku. So for me, I feel like the utter disrespect. I'm having a Stephen A. Smith moment right now. The unlitigated gall of the things that's coming out your mouth when you talk about Goku, you got to put some respect on Kakarot's name. From going forward, you say Kakarot when you say his name. Don't even say Goku. You've lost all of that. Say Kakarot when you speak of Goku.
He's basically Superman in Japan.
So I ain't gonna go into a big history, but even with Goku, right? Like, the black community has always had this thing when it came to martial arts.
Yeah.
Like The Last Dragon and all of that. But we loved Bruce Lee, right? What was the kid version of The Last Dragon, Bruce Lee, all of those things? Like, we were watching our uncles and our brothers and our fathers all watch Bruce Lee and love Bruce Lee. We may not have been into that. What was the kid version of that? Dragon Ball Z, Goku. Goku has always been a person of integrity, because one thing with Goku is he knows he's stronger than everybody. And it's not like he's playing with you. He's just giving you a chance to learn, to level up to his standard. So you may be saying the story is repeating itself, but if you actually watch the whole thing in its full spectrum, Goku has been teaching us the same lesson, like train for the things you want, stay consistent. No matter how many times it takes to get there, train for the things you want, stay consistent. You know what I mean? This man literally offed himself basically just to prove to his son that you the one. You got the strength. Without Goku pulling that move, and I believe like the Cell games and everything else, Gohan would have never stepped up to understand his true strength. Now you're talking about fatherhood. Am I cooking? Cuz let me know.
You cooking, but you ain't cooking. And I'll say this: so you're giving all of the good things that Goku is. Yes, he's a amazing martial artist, probably one of the best animes of all time.
Great for motivation
of all time. But I will say this: storyline, he does have one of the worst storylines.
Thank you.
Oh,
he does.
I can't wait to hear my take.
He has a worse story, terrible storyline. Like, it's so much stuff about him that you don't even know. Like, you don't learn about Bardock until way later into the series. We don't know nothing about his mama. We know who she is, but
that's the dope part. There's still stuff to learn about him.
But
that's the absolutely dope part about him, that there's still, ever since 1986, that there are still elements that we can learn about Goku. Now, they keep trying to introduce a new audience into Dragon Ball Z.
Goku's history isn't Marvel, bro. Our Stan Lee in that universe is gone. They can't introduce anything else.
No, I'm not saying introduce anything else, but again, I'm 34. We all mid-30s at this point, right? We started watching Dragon Ball Z the moment we could understand what anime was.
Right.
But there is a kid out there that's 12-year-old right now who's not going to go back and watch Dragon Ball. At that time, you had to be there, as they say. So how would I introduce a 12-year-old into Dragon Ball Z? So what you're doing, it seemed like they retelling the story for us is because we've been there, done that. But there's a new audience that's coming in that we have to get invested into the storyline.
Right.
We know it, but they may not know it. We the OGs now, but these new kids that's coming in, they might not know all of these things about Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks in the game.
Right.
So that's me. Now, with that being said, my unpopular opinion is Hunter x Hunter is the worst anime to have ever been created. And I'm going to say this again. Hunter x Hunter is the worst anime to have ever been created. Since we're on the topic of animes. We're talking about a, what'd you say?
For you to say that, I need to know why.
Okay. We're talking about a little boy who has a deadbeat father with a fishing pole.
Gohan.
We gonna leave. No. At least they did it first. At least the story was already told. So that's that. But then Hunter x Hunter, they over-explain every power. Every single time Gon gets in a fight with somebody, it's another person. He has to over-explain what his technique is. Just fight. I don't care about anything else. Just fight. If
Dragon Ball Z for 6 episodes.
I am smart enough to realize what's going on in this fight sequence. I don't need you to tell me this is such and such sequence and blah, 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 blah. With this and with that, I can do this. And then in the next 10 minutes, you get your ass kicked.
But
I don't need that.
But to your point, you literally just said they're explaining it for, like you said, with Dragon Ball Z, they're showing it to a new audience. So, like, maybe the audience ain't smart as you are. So you may have a young audience who they have to explain all that.
So what you're saying is they got to have a low IQ to accept and appreciate Hunter x Hunter.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that's basically what you said Dragon Ball Z was doing.
Listen, y'all gonna leave my Dragon Ball Z alone.
No.
I'm just saying. No, y'all gonna. Somebody in the comments that's watching this, come to my defense. There might be something that I'm not thinking of, but I can also tell you with Hunter x Hunter, the writer took like a long break and then decided to come back, and the pacing was vastly different. Like their fillers aren't even really like fillers. They're just like, we know what fillers are. But with Hunter x Hunter, it's like the writer took a hiatus and then decided to come back. And from that point on, the whole pacing changed. The whole pacing changed. And ask yourself, what did Hunter x Hunter, when it was all said and done with, accomplish? What fight, what enemy can we go back and hang our hat on to say, yo, that fight sequence was dope, like Cell or Frieza? I'm just saying, we can go back and go to the War of the Gods with Dragon Ball Z and watch that in the background. But if I was to ask anybody with Hunter x Hunter, what do you remember? What fight do you remember? You don't remember one. It just, the whole purpose and intent of Hunter x Hunter was for this little boy to be like his father. And when it was all said and done with, what happened?
Yeah,
I never really finished Hunter x Hunter.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
Probably the same reason I never finished Naruto or One Piece. All the fillers.
Which they are great for the right age demographic. But other than that, they ain't the greatest once you get to an adult or when you start adulting.
Right.
All right. So unless we got anything else we want to say about the unpopular opinion, I guess we can move on. Y'all good?
Yeah, we good.
Which brings me to my next question. We doing all this anime talk and everything, and I ain't playing my anime buffer, so let's do it.
Let's get into some anime.
All right. A great way to bridge this is, who do you guys think is the most useless anime character? I guess I came up with this because a lot of times you watch these shows and you get sucked into the character development, but then for whatever reason, I guess you never realize the people in the background. Is there somebody in the background that you like? They kind of useless.
Chao Soon from was it Chao Soon from Dragon Ball Z?
Goku when he alive.
I give him notes 48 hours in advance, audience. 48 hours in advance. And for
wait, that was just to pick at you.
I know for 30 minutes, Dragon Ball Z has been getting absolutely shot at. Absolutely shot at. And I don't respect it. I don't respect it at all. But why you say what you say, cuz?
Because if you think about it, even if you go back to Dragon Ball, Chelsea, he just was a sidekick who didn't really do anything, and he kept dying. He blew up. He tried to blow up what's his name? Vegeta's Nappa. He tried to blow up Nappa. He's never done anything in the series that was of any benefit to anybody besides getting himself killed and being a liability. So I think he's probably the worst.
All right, I agree with that. Maz, you got something on that? You agree, disagree, indifferent?
I'm not indifferent on it. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
All right. I guess I'm just going to be full of hot takes because this is going to be a conversation that's going to lead to, matter of fact, we could probably have it now. One Piece, man, is the most useless anime character to ever exist.
Who?
One Piece, man. You heard me. One Punch Man is the worst and most useless character to ever exist. So oftentimes what happens is if you get in a heated conversation with somebody who loves anime, what ends up happening is who's the strongest anime character? It always comes out every single time.
Right.
And without thinking for 5 seconds, you always got that one friend that says what?
One Punch Man.
Every single time. And for the people who actually love anime and who actually got the decorum of the culture, you sit there and you say, why would you say that? One Punch Man has done nothing. There's no character development. There's no true story. He's a bored character that just goes through his everyday life. And once he gets tired, he punch you and that's it. So, the creator literally created him to laugh at. So
yeah,
he's satire. That's exactly who right. If you read the manga, it's satire. Yeah, that's
exactly.
He's satire of Superman.
Right.
And every over superpower OP person ever.
So you want me to just sit here and watch a contradiction basically of anime?
Well, I mean, I think that's the point that it's supposed to be. I don't think we're supposed to take it serious. I think it's supposed to be
but think about, we can't even have a healthy debate on who's the strongest anime character because you always got this being here that has done nothing for the culture other than be satire, and people consider him, I guess, legit.
Bro, as far as the anime universe, anybody that can finish a fight in one punch is the strongest character.
Right.
Across the board. Anybody that can, as far as the whole anime universe, right? Now, if we break it down universe to universe, he might not survive in some of them.
Right.
He definitely not. Wait, he wouldn't survive in Death Note.
Yeah, because all I got to do, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So should we be taking him serious?
No.
Which leads to my next. So we shouldn't take him serious
at all.
So when an argument comes,
depend on if he's fighting somebody. If it's him versus somebody, then you gotta take it serious.
Yes or no? Are we taking this man serious?
No, because that's not fair. Because his whole purpose is to be one punch. It's in the name, One Punch Man.
Because for me,
I actually went and watched the whole series just to watch it, and he literally was like, oh, this is my medium punch. Like he like his whole purpose.
It's stupid as hell.
Right.
It's stupid. It's
Bro,
aggravating.
He's World Breaker Hulk.
Right.
You know what a better story of One Punch
What's
Man
the purpose of World Breaker Hulk?
I get it, but if you're gonna bring that up, we could go into conversations. Technically, Thor, him, I will get into that conversation, I guess, with last thoughts. But think about it. If you even look at Sakamoto Days, it's a better written version of One Punch Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same animation style, same characteristics, but the story is so compelling that you just like, okay, I fucks with it. The man fell in love, and he kind of like the only thing that's holding him back is the fact that he might lose the love of his life.
Right.
That makes sense,
right?
But he can, with a blink of, he can take anything and kill you with it.
Right.
He can take a pot and kill 50 niggas with it. But I'm just saying, at least he made it attractive. It's the same story, same exact story, but at least we can put him in the conversation,
right?
And take him serious versus One Punch. Yeah. And he's never had a battle with a person like a Goku, or he's never had a battle with other people who are actual fighters who are masters in martial arts in all of the other animes.
Right.
So that's me. That's me. Unless Maz, you got something to say about it? I see you kind of like thinking a little bit.
I'm trying to think of every other anime that's exactly like Sakamoto Days, because that style is recreated over and over again.
Yeah, but it's something about Sakamoto Days that it's a little bit better. I don't know what it is. We 2 episodes in. I was more drawn into Sakamoto Days than Dan. I think I still got a few.
It's the Hitman House Husband or whatever it's called with more action.
Yeah, because Dan started off a little weird, but that's just me. But
you know what Dan gives me the feeling of?
What?
It gives me the feeling of it should be voiced over like ghost stories.
Yeah.
Ghost Stories. Talk about this on Netflix?
Yes, you got to go watch the Ghost Stories, bro.
I already seen it. The guys with the big balloon heads and everything. I don't know if he made it to the episode.
It's more about the voiceover work than anything, though.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
It's either on Ghost Story. I mean, it's either on Netflix or Prime. Either or. Dan reminds me like somebody should be doing voiceovers for this, and they should not be taking this serious.
Ghost Stories, Netflix. Whatever. I ain't finding the right thing. So
I would love to do a ghetto voiceovers against Zero.
And I'm gonna look into. I know I'm watching. It's like, what is the name of that? I don't know the name of it. Whatever. But what got y'all attention these days? What shows are y'all watching? Or what show you watching right now? I guess we'll wrap everything up with that.
The Hood Jujitsu got me watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
I can listen. I ain't seen it yet. I still got to finish the end of Demon Slayer. Nope, I still got to finish the end of Demon Slayer.
Bro, I haven't watched Demon Slayer.
So
dope. So animation style, refreshing, dope. Like that's one of them animes that suck you in right away, and you up at 1:00 in the morning watching.
I started on it. I can't get into it. Like I can't really get into like Bleach.
Oh hell no.
Like for some odd reason, the build up to like take too long for me.
So
hey, I ain't watched Bleach either, so I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I ain't watched it either.
So for me, I really been going way back looking at older anime. So I was watching Baki. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Baki, yep.
I got back and I started watching that, and I've been watching like the whole evolution of him, like even animation style changed and everything. It's really dope. I've been watching that, and then went back and watched Yu Yu Hakusho. I can watch that
Facts. One of the greatest.
Probably 100 times, and I keep watching it over and over. So I've been. I even went back and watched some Sailor Moon. I watched her second movie, which was really good. So
let me see what this
Master
maybe
Bro, Sailor Moon.
how much longer are you going to
25 years ago, to redeem the Byaku Renji name.
I know there's like 3 different versions of Baki, right?
Yeah.
The best in all of China. Yes, it's Kairoretsu in the flesh.
He's challenging you to a test of grip strength.
You breaking up. It's probably this YouTube
I've worn
video.
those rings since then, but now I'll use my bare fingers to crush you.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna check that out too. But anything on y'all mind before we slowly start wrapping it up?
I'm good. I think this was a good first show. Kind of get our feet wet.
Oh hell yeah, for sure. Now I get to go back and work on cutting, clipping, and posting everybody and see who get yelled at the most.
Right.
Probably me.
Probably
me. But
they might get on me though for calling Goku storyline trash, but it is.
Anime.
You definitely gonna get it. You definitely gonna get it.
You
But
know
I feel
what?
like
You know who Dragon Ball Z made useless,
Who?
and then they double back up, like they rebutted on it.
What was that?
Gohan.
No, Piccolo.
both, because Gohan was supposed to take over for Goku.
Yeah.
Gohan's trajectory was stronger than Goku. Had more potential than Goku.
Yeah.
If you read the comics, he is stronger than Goku.
Yeah.
And somewhere he became Sakamoto.
Yeah.
Literally. So it is what it is. But I guess
It's
we'll
known to be
wrap
that
this
soon.
up. I guess that we'll wrap this up. For those who did watch, I think I seen like a couple of people on Facebook. I ain't really checked anything else. I ain't connected to Instagram. The one with the most followers on there, because you got to do an extra step that I didn't know about, but I'm going to get that right for the next time around. But other than that, we about to be up out of here. We're going to end this stream here. Deuces from your boy Big Manny, Ray Rax, MK Digital. We out here. We out.
Dancing around in my tight dress, I'm full of myself, got them all breaking down. Just look at me, I don't mean to be like that. Everywhere I go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, rappers and raccoons, I want to thank you for watching a Beyond the Blur podcast brought to you by Black NASDAQ. Me and my brothers just want to thank you again. This is something new that we're starting, but do me a favor. Find that subscribe button, find that like button, and please give us a follow. We know this space is unique. The people who love it is going to love it, and the people who hate it is going to hate it. So if you love it, do me a favor. It's free. Find that like, find that subscribe button. Continue to support me and my brothers as we drop high quality content. All right. I want to thank you guys again. I'm up out of here, and I just want to give a shout out to Origami for making this fire ass beat. So you can rock out to that. We'll see you another day. We'll be going live very sporadically. But till then, we love you guys. Salute.